hit that like button just like Tyson.
I apply the pressure. I apply the pressure. I apply the pressure. Yeah, pressure. I apply the pressure.
What's that word? What's that word, family? Hey man, check this out. Now, in the beginning of my show, I often say we here to bring the smoke to all fake media, especially fake black media, right? Now, we got a situation that's been going on with Charlamagne the God, and I'm sure if you watch my channel, you know about it already. Now, Charlamagne the God was accused of sexually assaulting a female by placing rubies in the female's drink. Now, a lot of men don't dig that. And a lot of men came after Charlamagne the God. I think they want him off the air. Now, this is what Malcolm X was talking about when he said, the devil's chickens are coming back to roost, man. This is exactly what Malcolm X was talking about. When you talk shit about R. Kelly, a man that's not been convicted of a crime, only been arrested the same way you've been arrested, you talk things about R. Kelly, say things about him in a negative light, it can and will come back on you. Now, over the weekend, the internet's been going crazy with this Charlamagne the God story, man. And I'm going to tell y'all that. The internet's been going crazy over this Charlamagne the God story. Other New York radio personalities have came out and said their piece. We even got a recording of the victim's mother. Now, y'all tell me, does this sound like a woman that's fronting and lying, man? This don't sound like a woman that's lying to me. It sounds like a woman that was being put through a traumatic situation caused by Charlamagne the God. Now, the canceler will get canceled. The butt buddies will no longer be butt buddies on the air. It's a bad example for Black America. Like I say, they put a scam artist on the show 5 times instead of putting real black men on the show that's actually put the work in. We got lots of black men that have already put the work in. But y'all want to continue to put a negative reflection on the black community on a show that's not black. See, that's the thing about the Breakfast Club. It's only one black person on the show, and that's Charlamagne the God. The other 2 people are something else. You know what I'm saying? They're not fully black. So that may have something to do with their mind frames when it comes to certain situations. Certain situations they just can't comprehend because they're not fully from the culture. Now we're going to get into a few videos, and I want y'all to check them out and tell me how y'all feel about these particular videos in the comment section. But before I play those videos, I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification button so you'll be aware when I drop a new video. We also have Funkmaster Flex going in on Charlamagne the God. Now I'm going to play that one first. So I want y'all to check out what Funkmaster Flex had to say about this, or according to Charlamagne the God, Grandfather Flex has to say about this.
So Kwame Brown has brought up a situation that has been going on for a while now, I believe. I want to take hate out of the situation today because any radio personality that has a strong opinion is going to receive hate. And I want to remove that today because that's not what this is about. I'm also going to play some audio in a little while. Kwame Brown has brought up this situation of this radio personality that got arrested a while back. And I believe, I want to get this right, I believe it was for willfully, unlawfully, feloniously engaging in penile and vaginal intercourse with a 15-year-old female child. I think that I don't want to say I think. That's according to, I think it's Black Sports Online, that's what he got arrested for, but he pleaded guilty to contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Okay, that's what he ended up pleading guilty to. Now, I want to keep this super neutral for a second. That's the situation and those are facts, and we're going to give facts. And this isn't up.
I'm just going to stop it right there. So we got R. Kelly sitting in a jail cell, rotting, being attacked and all type of things of that nature. We got Charlamagne the God out free. Charges was lowered. The charges were lowered, right? And he's on the air. I just don't understand that. Why the hell is he still on the radio station? All right, let's continue.
Suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, no, we could just be friends. And that was that. Those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends. Me and I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because there was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe.
He made Malika a drink? Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes. So I put my drink down about maybe 10, 15 minutes after trying to help her and clean her up. I got up because I just wasn't feeling right. My head was just dizzy, and I just felt funny. I could see and I could hear, but I just didn't feel like myself.
Right.
So I got up, and when I got up, it's like I collapsed to the floor. Like I couldn't really move my legs or anything. It was weird.
Okay.
So
Okay, so took a plea with regards to this case, and it's behind him. You spoke about being on top of you. Is that your official statement, that was on top of you, penetrating you?
Yeah.
Wow. Drop the bomb on that one. All right, so that was, I do believe, the victim in the case, man. That was the victim in the case. They got Charlemagne arrested. He was actually arrested, and he pleaded guilty. And y'all still love him. Is this y'all king? What the hell's going on? Why is he still on the radio? All right, let's continue.
We are finding out that Mr. is going to get away with what he did to my daughter, Jessica, and this family. For all these years, we've been suffering, going through pain and anguish over his decisions, molest my daughter, rape her. And now she has to deal with this, and we have to deal with this. And I'm so sorry that I didn't take the initiative then to persecute him for what he did to my daughter. I'm sorry.
Sounds like a woman in pain, man, doesn't it? This mother is in pain.
He came to our home and he acted as if he was going to be a friend to us. He came to us and said, "Don't worry, nothing's going to happen to her. And I'll make sure that she'll be safe." He eluded us to believe and trust in him. And then he turns around and violates my daughter, raping and drugging her, and then he gets away with it. When I made the decision not for my daughter to testify, I was focused on her well-being, and I wanted the best for her. I didn't want to put her in the stand to relive all of that pain and suffering. And now, 17 years later, because he continues to make mockery about it, joke and laugh about it, like it doesn't even matter to him, or he has no regrets or anything. Then he tries to cover it up with his money and his high-class attorneys.
What?
And now
Money?
he's not going to be punished for it.
Oh, I'm going to stop that right there. Because you know what, Mom? He's going to get punished for this.
I'm going to tell you the most terrible thing about you, bruh. Because I watch you on that podcast. And you sit next to a guy. That guy you sit next to on your podcast doesn't care about our culture. He doesn't care about your culture. But you sit there and you laugh with him about raping women. You think it's funny. I am not at what you did 20 years ago. I'm at what you did in the last couple years and how you talk about it and how you say about it. You tweeted that R. Kelly, that sex video, was one of the greatest celebrity videos you've ever watched. That video was with a 14-year-old. But you thought it was a great video. You tell on yourself constantly you're a weirdo. You're nasty and you're a weirdo. And you always want to talk on a podcast about taking advantage of women when they're unconscious. What type of dude are you?
Wow.
Why is that cool to you?
Sickening.
Why is that cool as you stand next to that clown, that guy that doesn't care about our culture and continuously talk about raping women? You
Sickening.
always use the word rape. How you raped your wife.
Oh.
You love to use that word, bro. You get mad at Kwame Brown for using it. You use it. You use the word. I don't care about cease and desist. You know why? You want to send out cease and desist to people because you want the clarification of what you did said properly. The fact that you don't see that's bananas, I'm not sure if it's the people around you or if you want to continue. Maybe you want to continue being who you are. For some reason, your name is being said with a 15-year-old. I'm not sure why that's happening. I don't understand that part, bruh.
I'm going to stop that right there. That's what Funkmaster Flex had to say about Charlemagne the God. That was interesting, man. See, I don't know all the details of this case, but it was interesting to hear the mother, to hear Funkmaster Flex speak with so much emotion. So it brought us to another New York personality that had to weigh in on this particular situation. And that personality that I'm talking about now is Ebro. Ebro in the morning had to step in on this situation and say what they felt about it. So I want to let y'all hear Ebro, and then I'll be back with more commentary. But before I do that, I'm going to need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification button so you can get more content when I drop it. Peace.
Mainly left the rape charges conversation alone with regard to Charlemagne. That's right, Pee-wee.
Talk about it, Pee-wee. He's like, about time, damn it.
My dog is barking like,
And the
what's
reason,
happening?
and I've had the documents and I've had the police paperwork for years. And the reason I've left it alone was mostly because I didn't want it to contribute to the pile-on, part one. Part two, I didn't want to get involved in somebody else's mess. And part three, it's 17 years old. But I'm being told that now that people are talking about it because you chose to jump into the Kwame Brown conversation, Charlamagne. That you're sending out cease and desist for people to not talk about it? And for that, you get...
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Because when you was on the air for weeks talking about Mr. C and what he had going on, nobody sent you a cease and desist. When you was going at Funk Flex for the non-charge that he got with regard to him and his wife, nobody sent you a cease and desist. When you went at Cypher Sounds and re-edited audio to get him in trouble, nobody sent you a cease and desist. When you released audio of Floyd Mayweather and his problematic reading, nobody sent you a cease and desist. But now people are bringing up your stuff and you want to send the lawyers? That's not clean, bro.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And I know you're trying to move on with your career. You got the books. You got working on TV shows. I understand, bro. I get it. I get why you're sending the lawyers. But as long as you're in this radio game and you wanted to jump up and
Nothing to worry about.
key with Matt Barnes and all of them because you are in control of that podcast and you wanted to promote that podcast. That podcast is a part of the network that you put together under iHeart. You wanted to help promote that. But you kicked the hornet's nest with Kwame Brown.
Wow, man. He just kicked the hornet's nest with Kwame Brown because everybody came up out of there like a swarm of bees, and now they got their eyes set on the prize, and the prize is Charlemagne, the God, in the Breakfast Club. Now, that wasn't the only thing that happened. Check out what happened today.
Donkey today for Monday, May 24th goes to me, Leonard McKelvey. Contrary to popular belief, this is not the first time I've given myself Donkey of the Day because Donkey of the Day does not discriminate. I mean, I may be kind of biased towards certain people, but I don't have any bias when it comes to myself. If I'm wrong, if something I do or say doesn't sit right with my spirit, I have to apologize and do better moving forward, and that's what I'm about to do right now. I want to apologize to Kwame Brown and Kwame Brown's family. I want to apologize to his father, Bill Brown, and the family of his father. See, last week on this radio, in my attempt to defend a Charleston, South Carolina-born brother like myself, I revealed too much information about that man's family. And even though all that stuff is public record, some things just don't need to be said on the radio, and they definitely don't need to be said by me. When I look back, on the way I communicated that, I communicated it all wrong. And I unintentionally triggered trauma in a lot of folks I grew up with who I genuinely love. I'm sure I caused a lot of pain for not only Kwame Brown, but for his family, especially his family in my hometown of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. You know how I know? Because I spoke to a few of them. I've been on the phone this weekend with mothers of children and their children. Salute to Shaliba and her daughter, Brianda. I was on the phone with sisters like Wallette. Salute to Wallette. Oh, she cursed me out good. And, I was apologizing for triggering them, causing them pain because I was casually discussing their family's trauma, man. And that's something that I have to stop doing. That's something that we all have to stop doing. I was talking to my Sacred Purpose coach, Yadi Alba, this weekend. She's like a spiritual therapist. I have her and my clinical therapist, and that's what we were talking about, how we casually discuss each other's traumas. I didn't even think about when I spoke on, Kwame and his family, how many people were impacted by those things I was speaking on. I mean, that's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds. Okay, wounds that will probably never heal. And I can't take back those words, but I can apologize. I think oftentimes we, meaning black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person or think we know about a person, we default to that. And that was not my intention. I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light. Okay, that black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard Charlemagne the God McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard Larry, whatever you want to call me, from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town on why I believe they need to leave Kwame Brown alone. That was whack, because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwame Brown alone because he achieved a goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors will achieve, and 0.03% of high school seniors. You know how small a number that is? And, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success, okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man. The only expectations we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective, okay? My views of success may be different than yours. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally caused trauma. And since I unintentionally caused trauma, I have to be intentional about causing healing. I'm not about to sit around and have beef with another black man for nothing. Trust me, as y'all know, I have a lot of real enemies who are gunning for me every day. Kwame Brown is not going to be one of them, okay? I totally understand why Kwame Brown was upset at me. I went low. That wasn't my intention. But in hindsight, it was low. And Kwame took it to the floor with me. And y'all be online so excited, ready to see black people go back and forth and tear each other down. I'm not doing that. I'm not going back and forth if I feel like I wronged somebody. I'm going to apologize. That's what I think a good man does. A good man apologizes for the mistakes, that he made. But a great man corrects them. Hopefully, I get the opportunity to do that one day. But for now, I just apologize. And I'm not beefing with a black man who's born where I was born and has family where I'm from. There's nothing on this planet that I love more than God, my family, and Moncks Corner, South Carolina, the whole low country, the 843. Drop on the clues bomb for the 843. Okay? So when I say I sincerely apologize to Kwame Brown and his family and the family of Bill Brown and Moncks Corner, I mean that Only thing I'm responsible for is my energy in recognizing my own insanity. And Eckhart Tolle once said, to recognize one's own insanity is, of course, the arising of sanity, the beginning of healing and transcendence. I truly believe if trauma can be passed down through generations, then so can healing. Me, Leonard McKelvey, I have never claimed to be perfect. In fact, I'm far from it. I'm not going to always get it right. The same things people listen to me for is the same things they hate me for because I talk too much. I overshare. I overshare about myself. I overshare about others, and that has historically got me in trouble. But we are all works in progress. And one of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison. And last week I was poisoned to Kwame Brown, Bill Brown, and their families.
Now that was Charlemagne the God trying to give a dry-ass apology. You know what I'm saying? Because he's feeling the pressure now. Now he's feeling the pressure because people like me are on his ass. Not like DJ Envy be on his ass, but the way I be on people's asses is I get on their heels, I should say. Not his ass, his heels. But I'm going to give y'all Kwame's response to this apology. But I want y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, just like Tyson. Let's get it.
It's okay to be a man. It's okay to be a man. Oh, yeah. I'm here to discuss Charlemagne, the God. I can speak about you today, sir, because you spoke about me today. But before we get started, Becky with the good hair, I took a nap today after I got off that tractor. That's what took me so long. And Punk, you was in my nap. Oh, boy. I almost got to have you, boy. I'm tired of you being in my nap, so what you said, boy. Ooh. Hypothetically, of course, okay? But I want to respond to Mr. Charlemagne, he called himself the God. Oof, vain son of a bitch. But anywho, Charlemagne the God. First and foremost, I think I'm not the one who deserves an apology. I kind of do, but the first person should not be me. It should be, in my opinion, from listening to this young lady talk on Star and her mother and all of that, in my opinion, I don't know what happened in any case or anything like that. I would like to interview this young lady so she can get her story out. Because in my opinion, what I heard was a woman who was traumatized. And I don't know what happened, but in my opinion, she is the one who deserves an apology. So I'm gonna have to say respectfully and with all due pleasure that I do not, on behalf of my family in South Carolina, these Geechees, myself, all of my brothers, my 16-year-old son that didn't know that bullshit, and all the people in America that did not know that bullshit. So on behalf of all of us, I have to say, fuck your apology.
Wow. Not only does he want to bring the young lady on his platform and interview her, which I'm definitely going to watch, he said, fuck your apology. He don't want the apology. Now, Malcolm X said it best. The chickens are coming to roost. The devil's chickens are coming back to roost. And that's what's exactly happening right now. The canceller, which is Charlemagne the God, has found himself to be canceled. Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this whole particular story in the comment section. I'll be back because we putting the pressure on these fake media personalities. Tell me how y'all feel about this whole entire mess in the comments section. Ladies and gentlemen, peace.